Italy has entered a strict 3-day nationwide lockdown to deter Easter travel and to help prevent new surges of the coronavirus. We get more from Sabina Castelfranco in Rome.
The measures being enforced by thousands of police officers deployed across the country do not allow any travel between Italian regions unless strictly necessary and limit visits to family members and friends to 2 people once a day. The customary picnics on Easter Monday have also been banned. The aim is to curb the spread of the virus as much as possible, officials said. Hospitals and intensive care units are seeing a resurgence of COVID-19 infections in the country after more than a year and over 110,000 deaths from coronavirus. Italy is tired of the extended restrictions. Sabina Castelfranco for VOA News, Rome.
President Frank-Walter Steinmeier said his country must all get together amid mistrust of the government in Germany as the country weathers a second Easter amid pandemic restrictions and dissatisfaction over the government's response.
Wir sind die Bundesrepublik Deutschland.
In an address to the nation Saturday, Steinmeier said the country had swung from self-satisfaction over lower infection numbers in the early stages of the pandemic to excessive pessimism today. However, he encouraged Germans to work together to prevent more infections and to end the coronavirus crisis in their country. Germany, along with the EU as a whole, has lagged the United States and Britain in the speed of its vaccination effort amid slower procurement of vaccines and complaints about excessive bureaucracy and paperwork. Police in Mogadishu say 5 people, including a child, were killed and 4 others were injured in a suicide bombing at a tea shop in downtown Mogadishu. The explosion occurred around 7 p.m. local time in the Shangani district. The bomber blew up an area outside the tea shop where young people were having tea. Earlier, Somali military forces and al-Shabaab militants clashed in early morning attacks in the southern region of Lower Shabelle on bases in Audigle and Beriri, some 30 kilometers apart. Both are forward operating bases in the fight against the Islamist group. The commander of the Somali land forces told government media that 76 militants were killed and 7 were captured. The al-Shabaab militants on their side, through online sites, claimed killing 47 government forces in Beriri. Casualties are often difficult to establish from al-Shabaab attacks in remote areas, especially when the military is targeted. 10 of Myanmar's major rebel groups threw their support behind the country's anti-coup movement Saturday, fanning fears that a broader conflict could erupt in a country long plagued by fighting between the military and the ethnic armies. Rebel groups met virtually on Saturday to discuss the situation, condemning the junta's use of live ammunition on protesters. The groups are signatories to a nationwide ceasefire agreement that was brokered by Aung San Suu Kyi's government, which attempted to negotiate an end to the ethnic militia's decades-long armed struggle for greater autonomy. A Taiwan court on Saturday released on bond the manager of a construction site whose truck authorities believe to have caused a devastating train crash that killed more than 50 people. Ciara Lee of Reuters reports.
As Taiwan reels from its deadliest rail disaster in decades, a court on Saturday released on bond the manager of a construction site whose truck authorities believe to have caused the crash. The construction site's manager is suspected of failing to properly engage the truck's brakes. Prosecutors had applied to a court to detain him on charges of causing death by negligence. Workers on Saturday began moving the back part of the train away from the site. That section was relatively undamaged, having come to a stop outside the tunnel, while the more heavily damaged sections are still mangled inside.
That's Reuters' Ciara Lee. The Suez Canal Authority says all ships stranded by the grounding of the giant container ship Ever Given in the Suez Canal in March passed through the vital trade artery on Saturday.
Hi, thank you for watching. I hope the videos are useful for you. Please subscribe to my channel using the button below.